So what's the best Wltoys RC car out on the market today? Well, I'm going to cover that in a future video with a few of the examples you see on the bench here. But more to the point, I've got another one which I've just had come in, courtesy of our friends at Banggood. Now I have to say, a few of these cars I've had sent to me, quite a few I've bought myself multiple times over, like the 144001 at the end, with it where it all started there, the 124019, owned 3 of those, and the 104001 at the end, I own 2 of those as well. And that's because under the pandemic, I've noticed there's been a focus on smaller, fast RC cars out there for people to be buying. Everybody's been a little bit more careful with the money, but we still all want nice fast cars, or ones that we can modify to be nice and fast for not a lot of money. So let me talk you through a brief history of these cars and why that one at the end is so relevant to the one I'm just about to unbox, which is an absolute monster. And for me, my first experience with Wltoys, like many of you out there, came with the amazing 144001. Probably one of the best value RC cars out there for the money. Does 40 out the box, chuck a cheap brushless system at it, you'll be well into the 80s, 90s, 100 miles an hour plus with a little bit of work. All for under $200, including the original purchase price. This one we'll skip on for a second because next up they released the 124019. Now this one's had quite a few modifications, of all of mine had. Why do I love this? It's because it's a staggering 5 centimeters longer than this is. So what's the big deal with that 5 centimeters, Richie? Well, on this, if you want to convert it to brushless, you've got to fit the brushless ESC up at the top here, because there's not enough room to fit it in between the servo and the motor. But on the 124019, with that extra 5 centimeters, you can fit the ESC in between the motor and the servo, which means the body fits back on without any histronic. Now, Wltoys do listen to the customer base, and that's because they recently released a brushless version of the car, the 124017. Do wish somebody would come up with good names for them rather than numbers though, guys. Which is an out-of-the-box brushless version, which on 3S will do around 75 to 76 kilometers an hour. And RC Master has run his on 4S with the stock ESC, which is absolutely unreal. And before I move on to my new unboxing, we have the 144001, which is like a 1/10th version of the car that it all starts. Richie got in that's so closely related to this 144001. And that new car I've got in from Wltoys is the 144002. Just one number up from this, so that might be a hint that there's a few commonalities between the cars, despite them looking very, very different indeed. So what is there to like about this? Well, we've got 4-wheel drive, ready to run, 50 kilometers an hour speed out the box. Now this would do 60 out of the box, but we've obviously got a slight difference in tyre size. It comes with the 2S 1500 mAh battery inside the car, which should be good for around about 20 minutes runtime if it's anything like this one over here. Instruction manual, USB charger, any toolkit included in there, and a fairly decent transmitter which has throttle dual rate and steering trim included. 4 AA batteries in the bottom and you're ready to go. Now you might be wondering why I've got them on the bench together. Well, if you look from the top there, you will see the wheelbase on both cars is identical, as is the A-arms and the chassis underneath on both cars. So a lot of commonality from the outset. Now you might be thinking the suspension and everything like that is pretty much the same, and you wouldn't be far wrong. But we have got a few upgraded parts on this car compared to this one. Like this one has plastic steering and drive knuckles on it. On this one, they are all metal, albeit maybe a cheaper metal. They are metal nonetheless. Now this does 60 out of the box. They claim this does 50 out of the box. I'll put the GPS on it later this week to test that out, but there is a little bit of a weather issue I've got outside, as you'll see in the test video of this later on. I am guessing maybe that this is geared a little bit less to take into account the extra weight and diameter of these bigger tyres. Now obviously with the bigger tyres on this baby, we get a little bit more ground clearance under the car, and on the face of it they do look very different indeed. Like this has 8 LED lights, 4 in the top here and 2 either side at the front, and we've also got 2 brake lights at the rear. Now I would say both of these cars stock out the box are brushed, and they're carrying the same brush setup on there. Got to be a little bit more careful with this one because of the lighting rig attached to the inside, but if you look there, we've got the same 550 can motor on the inside, ESC centrally mounted as we have on the 144001. So you can see a lot of commonality on the parts on there. I'm suspecting the difference in speed is due to the gearing, but I have to say, well, this thing is fun to drive. As you're going to see in a second, this thing is more than fun to drive. The differences are, we've got a front impact bumper, looks fairly decent on there, and a rear impact bumper, whereas the 144001 comes with neither. And at this price point, are they waterproof? Well, let's go outside, see what conditions we're running it in today, and make your own mind up at the end of the video. Is it going to let me down or impress me like the 144001 did straight out of the box as well? Guess we should get that battery charged up, those lights fired up, and take it outside and see. Well, with the battery in, just check out those awesome LED lights. I think that's pretty good to be driving with, even at night. Standing start in the snow. Not bad at all. I like that. It's almost like you can do a handbrake turn with it. Like I said, I'm going to be a little bit careful because I'm not sure on quite how waterproof or not it is. Now, I'm having to be cautious while filming out here because while the GoPro is waterproof, the camera gets one spot of water on it, and that's your entire filming messed up for the day. This has got a surprisingly good fun factor to it. Got most un-California-like weather today, and that would be because I'm in Pennsylvania, obviously. And considering the conditions, this is freezing rain out here at the minute. Drift your way out of that, Richie. But it's got that high level of chuckability factor, as Richie likes to say. Yeah, let's have a look at that. Oh, are we going to get on? Well, not bad, not bad. Okay, bringing it in full throttle. Pulls up very, very fast indeed. About 50% in reverse, I'd guess, out on there. It's quite fun. Ooh, man. First run. With a 144002. Well, I've been running with the throttle dual rate turn right the way up. It's beginning to slow a little bit now. Not too much, but noticeable enough for me to notice it. I would say in its favour, well, it's been going around about 12 minutes. It's been going fairly flat out through these snowy and wet conditions on here. It's also got 8 LEDs, which are draining the power. I actually need to check the gearing, but I suspect if Wltoys have had any sense, they have downgraded the gearing a little bit to cope with the bigger tyres. Oh, man. Yeah. Man. Oh, so it's like... Oh, well, like... Oh, this is that Richie chuckability factor. And it can take a bump. And it's got a... I can believe that 50 kilometres an hour speed turn on there. Oh, I missed this stuff. I have to say, Wltoys, I think you have come up with another winner. There's going to be quite a bit of snow in there, which I'm going to need to address in fairly short order if I don't want the electrics to get shorted out or anything like that. But first time out the box in these conditions, this thing hasn't too bad at all. Next time I will be speed testing it with a stock 1500 milliamp battery and then a 2200 milliamp battery. But let's take it inside, dry it off, and give you my final thoughts on it from today's first run. Well, after what was the fairly first impressive test run, I thought I'd share a few pointers to be aware of on this range of cars. And bear in mind, whilst this one, the 124017, will take 3S, even 4S at a push, these brushed ESCs don't take 3S so well. So this comes with the 2S LiPo. I would stick for 2S for the minute. Although I do have a feeling Richie Boy might be modifying this to go quite a bit quicker. The one thing I would say, if you want to modify any of these cars to go faster, you're going to have an issue with the gear mount on here, which is like of a fixed size on there, which gives you very little options to increase the gearing. Except for this one at the end, which is fitted with one of these custom variable mounts, enabling you to fit a wide range of motors and gear options to make any of these cars go a lot faster. Link to all the cars and that gear mount below the video. Now, before you first run one of these cars, the one thing I would say is check the oil in the shocks, both front and rear, and the diff grease in both of the diffs as well, as that seems a common, I wouldn't say fault with Wltoys cars, but just something you should be aware of. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.